Alright, I am going to do a YouTube Masterclass. I'm on the road, about to jump on the motorway, so I thought I'd use my time wisely. So bear with me on the sound, hopefully it's all good. And I wanted to just riff about YouTube and just talk about everything from thumbnails, titles, different styles of videos, going viral, all this stuff, everything that I've learned, and no idea how long it's going to go on for. So yeah, YouTube has been something I have been building channels on for like 8-10 years. I've built multiple successful channels with some have got 100,000 plus subscribers, some have only got a few thousand, but they actually make a ton of money on the back end from different products. So yeah, maybe that's worth where we should start. So maybe you're watching this now, maybe you're a small channel, maybe you're thinking of getting started and haven't even started, and you're thinking about like, what type of YouTube channel should I start? Because there are two types of YouTube channels that you can start, and depending on which one you choose dictates a lot of the strategy that you'll need to make it work. So the first strategy is one called an entertainment channel, which is like a Mr. Beast style channel, or a channel that's geared around entertaining somebody and providing someone with entertainment, surprisingly enough. And this is all dependent on the views that you can generate. So you have to consistently be making videos that get tons of views to make decent money from YouTube AdSense. Now, this is one strategy, and that is primarily what my mountain biking channel is. But there's another channel type called an education type channel, and this is where you are making videos very specific on your channel, and it's all geared around making sales on the back end. So you'll be educating people about a specific skill or a knowledge that you have, and the whole goal of these videos is to build a relationship with people. And then what you will do after this is then build a business off the back of it, selling your knowledge, hence the name Education Channel. And this can be delivered in many different ways, from like a do-it-yourself online course, it could be coaching, community, one-to-one mentoring. It could be a physical product, which you could do, but more so digital product, it's more scalable. But yeah, there are two different types of channels. So first of all, you need to get clear on what you want to do, like what type of channel you want to create. Now, my recommendation, and a lot of the stuff on this channel, is all geared around teaching people how to create an education channel. So this is basically where you take your existing skills and you make videos around them to help people get better at that skill. So I give you an example. I have a channel that's all geared around teaching people how to learn copywriting. So copywriting is like sales in the written word, and it's everywhere, it's really highly in demand. And I used to be a copywriter, which was a skill of mine. So I decided to start a YouTube channel teaching people how to grow a business doing copywriting, which is exactly what I did. It's not theory, it's not things I think will work, it's things I've actually done. And then I had a real simple online course that people could buy, which taught people exactly how to get clients, how to become a good copywriter, how to grow a freelance business. Well, everything I knew basically was just packaged up into this step-by-step program. So yeah, if you want to make an education channel, first of all you need to look at yourself and ask, well, what skills do I have? And I know there'll be people watching this and thinking, well, I don't have skills, I don't have expertise in anything. And I'd challenge that and say that I think every single person here watching this video has a skill that they can sell, and it's a skill that other people want to learn. So how do you identify this skill? So look at your skills. It could be quite an obvious answer, to be honest with you, but if it's not, have a think about what people come to you specifically for advice on. Like, is there a specific topic that people gravitate to you towards for advice on or information on? That could be a good starting point and a good indicator that you have a skill that people want that you can quite easily sell. So Once you've determined that, then we want to think about this as a business. So when we're making education channels, our goal isn't to go viral. Nice, it's great if we do go viral, but it's not about going viral. It's not about trying to get millions of views on videos and then stressing out if we never do that. It's all about attracting the right types of people who are going to want to learn more from you and buy from you in the future. That's how you build a business off YouTube. And YouTube for me is one of the bloody best platforms to building a business on, because if you post evergreen content the way I'm going to teach you in this video, your videos are going to continue getting views for as long as they're on YouTube. It's going to be like an unlimited view machine, right? Whereas if you post a viral video, sometimes they can peak out and just fizzle out. Well, not fizzle out, but sorry. If you post a video on a different platform, say Instagram or TikTok, they might go viral, but then they will flatline and no one will ever see them again. That video is almost dead. With evergreen content, it means you can post a video today and it'll still be as relevant 6 months or a year from now, even longer than that. So people are always going to continue watching it. And if we think about what YouTube's goal is as a business, they make their money through putting adverts on your videos. That's their business model. So if we keep that in mind, so we're building this business using YouTube. We're building an audience on YouTube. We're getting attention using YouTube, right? Because YouTube literally is the second most popular place where people go for answers now, apart from Google. I mean, it may have overtaken it now, but think about where you go for your answers to questions you have. Most likely YouTube. So it's YouTube's goal to keep people on the platform as long as possible, because then they can run more adverts, they can make more money. So if we make videos that are evergreen and YouTube continues to try and find new people to watch your videos are going to continue to go up and up and up and up, which means one single video is going to continue to generate interest and leads for your business. But then if you think about this a year from now, think about the compound interest and the compounding effect of when you have 100, 200, 300 videos on your channel and they're all consistently getting more and more views. Your business will just reach this tipping point or this hockey stick moment and it will just explode. Now, that's how I think about things. And you have to think about YouTube as a long-term goal, a long-term game. If you don't, you will get burnt out and you will end up like 95% of people handing the towel in saying YouTube doesn't work, which is ridiculous. A lot of people won't get started now because they think it's too saturated, there's too many videos on YouTube, how do you stand out? And arguably, yes, YouTube is there's more and more videos on YouTube, there's more and more people watching on YouTube, but there is more and more creators. So the supply and demand is great. So there's always going to be space for you. And when it comes to standing out and being unique, you don't have to do anything special. The uniqueness of your channel comes from you, the person, the creator. So this is really fascinating to me because people are always looking for an edge and they're looking how to stand out. And sometimes you might have something that is like a blue ocean. So it might be something that's completely brand new, no one has ever done before, but that's very rare nowadays. Most people are competing in a red ocean where there's loads of competition, you're fighting with 15 or 20 other videos at a time to get attention. And the way I see it is the uniqueness of your channel is through you. So you're the unique mechanism of your channel. Your experiences are unique to you and what you bring to the table is unique. So never get held back by thinking that you don't have anything good to share or it's too saturated, because it's not. That's just all bullshit. That's the excuse people use to not start. Don't do that. So you've got your skill, and then we need to start posting content, right? Or we need to, actually, before we start posting content, what it might be worth doing is putting the infrastructure in place of how we're going to grow this business. So how does that look? How does growing a business and using YouTube as the vehicle, how does it look? So let's say you package up your knowledge into an online program, real simple, and I'll tell you the steps to making an online program in this video as well, which is counterintuitive to most people and a lot simpler. But you'll have your online course, which is the paid product, right? And then a step back from that is free information. So this is generally delivered through an email list. And then the step back from that is the awareness that you post the videos on YouTube. So you post videos on YouTube, people watch them, they learn from you, and then out of the people that watch on YouTube, there's going to be some people that want more from you. There's going to be more that want more information, they want to go deep with you, and that's where you invite them to join your email list. And through there, you can give them something of value, special in return for their email address, and you can start growing your email list. And growing your email list is something I wish I did a long time ago, many years ago. And you don't need many subscribers on a list, but the thing about social media, you don't own the audiences. They're owned by YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and if they decide at any time that they don't want you on the platform, for even if you've not done anything wrong, you've just lost everything. You've lost this asset that you have. But the email list is something that you own. You own people's email addresses, sorry. So this is why it's so valuable for you to grow an email list. And in your email inbox, it's like a bit of a quieter place where you can have a conversation with someone. You can talk about specific things. There's no distractions or anything, or not as many distractions. And from there, you can start giving them more details. And every now and again, you can tell them you've got a course or a program that helps them solve X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you want to help people solve. And you'll get a select people on that email list buying your products and services, and that's the way the business looks. So once you have this structure set up, so you've got your course or your program, you've got a way for people to get onto your email list, then all you need to really focus on is creating videos on YouTube to fuel and feed this funnel. So you think of it as a funnel, the biggest part is at the top, and this is where you're going to load in your YouTube videos. All these things where you're going to teach people's tactics, skills, give them in-depth masterclasses like this for free. Just give away everything. Don't worry about giving away too much. Most people are scared of that. When they've got an online product, they feel, oh, well, if I give away too much, people won't want to buy from me. And that's not true. You actually want to give away all your best stuff for free, even if it is inside your course, because what people are paying for when they pay for a program off your course, they're not paying for the actual material. They're paying for more than likely the accountability and someone who's put this solution into a step-by-step format that's easy to follow. That's how you think about it. So don't be afraid of giving away your best stuff, because a lot of people will watch your free stuff and think, God, this guy's stuff is gold. And if his free stuff is this good, imagine how good his paid stuff is. That's the perceived value right there. So keep that in mind. Don't hold back on sharing your best stuff. Just share it all. So yeah, your main goal once you've got this infrastructure set up is to feed the YouTube algorithm with as many videos as you can make. Now, when it comes to making videos, how many videos should you post a week? How many videos should you post a month? This entirely comes down to your commitment and your schedule, because there's two different ways you can treat YouTube, right? You can treat it as a hobby, or you can treat it as a business. And if you treat it as a hobby, you're going to be less invested. It's going to be something maybe you start doing on the side for fun. Whereas if you decide you want to go and do this as a business, or grow it on the side as a business, your actions are generally different, because you're a lot more serious about it, you're a lot more invested, and you don't get swayed by like smaller things that may affect you negatively. For instance, like if you post a video, it doesn't do as well as you think, you're not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater and just hand YouTube the towel in and say, I'm not doing this, it doesn't work. And you have to have a long-term strategy with this, because when you start a brand new channel, YouTube doesn't even know who you are, doesn't know who to put your videos in front of, doesn't know who's going to watch them or anything like that. So for the first 30, 40 videos on your channel, it really doesn't matter if people don't watch them, right? Don't forget them, just make videos, and you will find, am I going the right way here? I don't know if I'm going the right way. I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope so. That's what you get for. Have I gone the wrong way? Oh no, I'm on the right road. I'm on the right road. So yeah, what was it? Where was it? Lost my train of thought. Yeah. So you create evergreen videos, and you don't want to get discouraged with the first 30, 40 videos you post on my channel, because YouTube is still trying to learn who you are and who's going to watch your videos. So your videos literally will be crap in the start. I can guarantee they'll be crap. And you can't let this affect your mental focus, because it will if you let it. If you allow it, it will. The demons will seep in and they'll start trying to say, oh, you're not good enough, maybe I should give YouTube up, it's not working. Don't ignore all that. Focus on just creating videos and sharing specific answers to questions that people actually want to know. And you'll find over time people will start to gravitate towards your channel. Some videos will do better than others, and it'll give you an indication of what people actually want to hear from you on. Your videos will be crap in the start. No matter how much you want to try and make it good, they'll be crap. And don't let this sway you, because the quality of your videos will come from the quantity of videos you make. That's how I see it. Now, I don't mean quality as in cinematic editing and all that stuff. It's not. Quality means how well you can present an idea on YouTube and package it up with a good title and thumbnail. That's essentially what a good video is. Because if you can get people to click on a thumbnail and title, and you've got a good idea and people will stay around and watch it, that's where you'll hit gold on YouTube. So, you've got your infrastructure set up. You now know that your videos will be crap in the beginning. How many videos should you post a week or a day or whatever? Well, post as many as you can possibly handle. Right? So if you can only handle one video a week, then just do one video a week to start with. If you can do 2 videos a week, fantastic. If you do one every other day, even better. But don't try and overcommit yourself to doing like a video a day if you literally know that that isn't going to be possible in the long run. Now, I don't believe YouTube penalizes people for not posting on a schedule, but I think it's good for your mentality to get into the rhythm of things and, you know, have a schedule to stick to, especially if you've got a life going on outside of YouTube, like most people have, like a family, maybe even another job or business, and you're doing YouTube on the side to start with. So don't overcommit yourself. Post like a video a week, and what I would do is I would use ChatGPT to come up with ideas. I would use ChatGPT to help you come up with ideas for your videos. So you have like a bank of information, a bank of content ideas that you can just cherry pick from every single time you pick up the camera. And you know exactly what to talk about, exactly what details to cover, and things like that. Now, I did a video on the channel a while ago, well actually it's probably about 2 videos back, about my favourite framework for a video. So some people struggle with YouTube because they don't know like what sort of structure to use on the videos. One of the best performing types of videos I've ever come across or seen and used is a list style video. So this is basically where you are teaching people 10 things to save more money on your taxes. That's a really bad title, but you get what I'm saying. So there's 10 things maybe you've learned, or 20 minutes of straight YouTube honest advice from someone who's, I don't know, that's a bad video idea, but these quick fire tips in a framework are really, really simple to make, really fast to edit for you, but they're super valuable for the people watching it. So those are the types of videos I would recommend if you're struggling for ideas. There's many different structures as well. But another thing I would say about making videos, share personal stories. Stories are what sells. Stories are what creates a relationship between the people watching your videos and you. Don't be scared of sharing bad things. Don't be scared of sharing things that maybe didn't work, that you've tried, anything like that. Because what that actually does is normalizes you, and it makes you more of a relatable person to those watching your videos, which then creates a stronger bond, and then builds a stronger relationship, which means people are more likely to buy from you, right? And take the next step. So that's what we want this YouTube channel to be about. The YouTube channel needs to focus on creating buyers on leads, not views. Views are great, but you could have a channel or a video that does 1,000 views versus a video that's done 1 million views, and if you've set your business up correctly, the video with 1,000 views could outperform the video with 1 million views. I've seen that happen before in terms of how much money it's made. It's crazy. So, posting schedule, types of content, upload schedule, equipment and gear. Let's talk about equipment and gear, because this is another thing that holds people up. Stop worrying about what gear you've got. I'm sat in my van now with an Insta360 Ace Pro 2 camera, which is like a little action camera, on a suction mount on my windscreen. It's probably not the safest thing, but I'm hoping you can hear me. And this is the best that I've got right now. It's the best equipment I've got at my disposal. And that's fine by me. That's completely fine. I'm not looking at trying to get super expensive gear, or I know that expensive gear won't boost my views. Sorry, I just grabbed something to eat from the service station. I'm now back. So yeah, I was talking about gear. You don't need expensive gear, just use what you have. iPhone is great, iPod on a tripod, rhymes that, iPod on a tripod. And what's more important, if you want to invest into your channel, I think one of the first things you should invest into is good audio. That is a given. I think audio is almost more important than video on YouTube, which sounds weird, but this little bad boy here is a DJI wireless microphone. And if I remember, I'll leave a link below to this, but this is a game changer to upgrade your audio. I would recommend these, really good. So gear, yeah, you don't need anything fancy, just use what you've got, and then if you want to, you can upgrade after that, as you see fit. Next thing I want to talk about is thumbnails and titles, so the packaging of your videos, which is really, really important, because if you don't get the click, then people aren't going to watch your videos. It's as simple as that. And most people overlook thumbnails and titles as like a last thing to do, like 20 minutes before they upload the video. Like, let me know in the comments below if you are guilty of this, making a video, put loads of effort into it, and then giving your thumbnail and title 5 minutes of thought before you upload it. You need to switch that thinking round. Now, with an education channel, it's slightly different than an entertainment channel. Now, on my entertainment channels, I would probably put 70% of my time and energy into the title and thumbnail, which sounds bizarre, but I'm so confident that if I make a good title and thumbnail and a good idea of video, it's infinitely more chance of doing well compared to a mediocre thumbnail. And I've got videos on my channel, on the entertainment channel, sorry, that have done upwards of 18 million views because of this. Now, I know with an education channel we're not aiming to go viral, but thumbnails and titles are still super important. So how do you make a good title and thumbnail? How do you make one that gets clicked? Well, understand that thumbnails and titles are an art and a science, and they work together. So if you look at how you choose videos on YouTube, you'll probably read a title and then look at a thumbnail, or the other way around, and in your head, you'll try and figure out what this video is about. And if you can figure out what it is in like a split second, and it's intriguing to you, you'll click on the thumbnail and watch the video. But if you can't figure it out straight away, and the thumbnail's too confusing, the title just doesn't make sense, your brain doesn't have the bandwidth to figure it out, because it knows on YouTube there's infinite other options it can choose from in a split second that are much clearer. So this is why we need to understand we're always competing for attention, and thumbnail and title are so important. So I'll give you a couple of points on thumbnails first. Don't overcrowd your thumbnail. You want to have a maximum of 3 points of eye contact. So this could be a face on one side, an image on the other, and then a little bit of text. Or, you might not even need text. But what I see people doing is they overcrowd their thumbnails, which makes it confusing. They try and cram in to the thumbnail what they think people want to see and what will be helpful for them, but it's not at all. The best creators, people who are geniuses at creating thumbnails, keep their stuff very simple, very clear, very simple. Same goes for titles. Keep it simple, keep it as short as possible, while either being very clear about what the video is about, or adding an element of intrigue and curiosity, which really does mess with the viewers' minds a little bit, because you want people to think, like, you want people to have so much curiosity that or clarity, that they have to click and watch. They have to. And I could go into this for a while, but there is an art and a science to it. Again, use AI to help you create titles, and now you can actually use ChatGPT to help you create thumbnails, which is crazy. So if you think you're bad at making thumbnails, you can literally sketch out on a piece of paper a thumbnail idea and take a picture of it, give it ChatGPT, and it will make a thumbnail for you. So there's no excuses now. My advice would be to use software like oneof10.com. Again, if I remember, I'll leave a link below to this, but you can try it out for free using my link. And this is a great way of finding outlier videos. So outlier videos are videos that have outperformed a channel's other videos. And by finding outlier videos in your niche, you can essentially find out what people are actually clicking on. So it's a really good way to figure out titles and thumbnails and model what's already working, which is what the YouTube game is all about. The attention is already on YouTube. All we're trying to do is divert it towards our videos. So why reinvent the wheel? Why don't you just look at what's already working, add your own unique twist on it, and that is your best chance of succeeding. And it's the most cost-effective, time-effective, everything-effective way of doing it. So titles and thumbnails, I could literally spend hours talking about that. Then we've got your hook. So once people click on the title and the thumbnail, the first 10 to 20 seconds of your video is key. Because again, if they don't watch past the 10 to 20 seconds of the video, they aren't going to watch any of your video. And if they're not going to watch all your video, there's a very low chance that they'll join your email list or take the next step, whatever that is for you, to buying your product or service. So how do we increase retention? How do we make sure people stay past 30 seconds? So first thing you want to think about is how your hook relates to your thumbnail and title, because you want to pay off the thumbnail in the first 30 seconds. So if you make a very bold statement in your title and your thumbnail and it's borderline clickbait, which I'll get onto clickbait in a second because there's an interesting thought on that, and you have such an interesting angle on a video and somebody clicks it and then the video starts talking about something completely different, you'll lose their trust and probably they will go somewhere else to a different video, because they're thinking, hang on, this guy's talking about something completely different here. It's not what I clicked on. Whereas if you pay off the thumbnail in the first 10 seconds and you give viewers what they're actually after, and you confirm what you're going to cover in the video that marries up with their expectation of why they clicked on your thumbnail, they're most likely going to watch past 30 seconds, right? And then if you do a good job of retaining them and you deliver good point through your video, hopefully they'll stay and watch the whole thing. That's the theory. Sure, some people are going to drop off, but we want the majority of people to stay on through the video. So, retention. How do we increase retention and watch time? Well, the main point here is to think about creating valuable content and sharing valuable information. Because, say for example, we create a video that is a list of your brutally honest advice about growing a YouTube channel or something like that, and you leave all the gold to the end of the video because you think, well, I'm gonna save it to the end because that the theory is they'll watch all my video and then they'll get to the gold, intentionally they'll get to the gold at the end. But it doesn't really work like that. How I think of it is, if somebody watched the first portion of your video and is blown away by the things you're sharing, they're going to continue watching. right? They're going to continue watching because they're probably thinking, God, this guy knows his stuff, this girl knows her stuff. What else is he going to share? But if you share mediocre points towards the start of your video in the hope that someone's going to watch all that just to get to the goal at the end, that's misleading, and it's also not going to show you in your best light. So make sure you front load all your gold at the start of your video and just blow them away with value in those first few minutes. And that is how you get people to stay longer. Now, how do we take people from your YouTube video to your email list? You know what you do? You ask them. So an email list is a way of taking people off social media and growing your relationship with them further in a quiet place. So what you want to do is look at the product you're selling, the digital course, product, service, and look at like a problem that you can solve really quickly for your audience, like literally 5 minutes to consume, or 5 minutes to solve a problem. So for example, a lead magnet I've used on this channel, I did actually use it in a previous video, and it was a hook generator. So I had a prompt, an AI prompt that helped people create hooks for videos. So I gave them like words that they could say at the start of the videos that would help them increase the watch time and get people to stay on their videos longer, right? And all they had to do was join my email list. They'd get this AI tool, and they'd have to answer maybe 2 or 3 questions, like what video they're posting, what niche they're in, what they're promising, and this the AI tool would spit out 3 or 5 hooks in different styles, and all this person would have to do is then just read it out, and this would increase retention and help people stay longer on your videos. So that was a lead magnet, as you call it, I gave away. So if someone joined my email list, they would get that viral hook generator. Sorry, someone's hogging the middle lane. I actually hate people who hog middle lanes. Like, literally just hate them. They sit in the middle lane, and it really annoys me. Anyway, lead magnets. So yeah, you get people off YouTube onto your email list. You do that with lead magnets, and there's many different lead magnets you can choose. It could be a private video on something, it could be a tool, it could be a cheat sheet, it could be anything. And then on your email list, you will be sharing like more things about yourself, more things about your experience, and then you'll just literally eavesdrop and share every now and again, just letting people know, hey, I've got this thing, because I know you're interested in this thing, that will help you get results faster. It's a paid product, a paid service, and not everybody's going to take you up on it, but there's going to be a selection of people who do. So that's essentially how the funnel works. That's how you take people from YouTube, you grow an audience, you take them off YouTube, you start building a relationship elsewhere, and then you sell them whatever you're going to sell them. Now, how do you make a course? How do you make a program? How do you make a product? So I'm going to give you a few points on how to make a kick-ass course, right? A really simple course. Now, this doesn't have to be really in-depth and really, like, it's going to take you years to make, because I know a lot of people do that. They spend literally months, if not years, creating something that people may not even buy. Red flag straight away. So how do you avoid this? Well, you ask people before you even make something. You get people's buy-in and gauge interest with your email list before you make the thing. So you
ee.co.uk/claims.
So that's the traffic announcement. So you put an email out to your email list, doesn't matter what size, and you basically say, hey, I'm thinking of putting this together, but I'll only put it together if I get 50 responses from you guys and there's enough interest in it. And then you ask them to email you back with a simple word like got it, or I'm interested, I'm in, and then you can gauge interest on what you're thinking of making before you plow days and weeks into making something. Because if, you know, to make a good course, it's going to take you a good few weeks or a good few solid days. And when we're making a course, the way to think about it is most people who are going to be learning from you are going to be a few steps behind where you were, right? So you're essentially solving your own problem. You're scratching your own itch with this course. And the way to think about it, you want to take people from level 0, imagine a scale from 1 to 10 or 0 to 10. 10 being the best you could be at a skill, 0 being no skills whatsoever. Your goal with your course is to solve a problem and teach somebody the skills to get them from 0 to 1 or 1 to 2 in that, to take beginners to get them proficient at a skill. You're not trying to make overnight experts, which is where a lot of people think they have to be, and it's bullshit, because that's not what people want, right? They want to get proficient at a skill, which means you helping them go from level 1 to level 2 or level 0 to level 1, whatever. So sometimes what might come easy to you might think, oh, that's too simple to make a course around, that's too easy. But what's easy for you is what comes easy to you that other people find hard. That's the thing you want to make a course around, right? It's easy for you, and it's a problem that people want solved. So what you want to do is plan out your course. Again, get AI to help you with planning out your digital course, and plan it out into bite-sized, actionable steps and videos that helps get people easy wins. That's what you want. There's no set number of videos you need to have a course. It could be 10 videos, it could be 5 videos, it could be 100 videos, it doesn't matter. But just make sure it's easy to consume and it guides people through a journey and gets them an end result that they're always working for, or working towards, sorry. That's how you create the digital course. Don't overthink it. You can use, I've hosted my courses on platforms like Notion, which is a note-taking software. You can use Kajabi, you can use Thinkific. There are so many different tools you can use, but don't get overwhelmed with what tool you're going to use, because again, people do that. They try and plan out everything in their head before they've even reached the point of starting a YouTube channel. They want to plan everything out to perfection before they start, and that is also another red flag. Don't let perfectionism hold you back, because you're the most vulnerable right now watching this video of perfectionism. Just start. Just take one step today, and I can guarantee the next step after that will become illuminated when you take that first step. But it won't become illuminated until you take the first step. Don't try and plan out 10 steps in advance before you've even taken your first step, because it will end up in overwhelm, and I can guarantee you'll procrastinate and won't do anything. That's why most people never get started. No matter how skilled they are at something, it doesn't matter. It matters more that you're just taking consistent daily action towards a goal or an outcome. That's the main thing I can give you from this. So yeah, I hope this video was useful, guys. That is my YouTube Masterclass. I will leave links below to the waitlist to my course and program and other useful stuff I've mentioned. So go check it out. There'll be videos up here somewhere which you should check out next, and I'll see you in the next one.